over 2 decades studying the brain and maximizing human potential。接下来呢，我们要请到 Dr. Sukhi 博士，荣获了许多大奖的医生，而且他有很多畅销的作品。那他身为这个全球的演讲人，花了20多年的时间研究大脑跟神经系统，因为大脑也涉及到了健康相关的因素，所以接下来的演讲很重要。他为我们分享正面思想与成功人生背后的科学。So our Chief Transformation Officer, Dr. Sukhi, will bring us the science behind a positive mind and a successful life. Welcome, Dr. Sukhi. 热烈掌声欢迎。
Hi, my friends. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to share with you. You know, in this moment, all I'll say is I'm so grateful for technology. All of you down here, I'm waving at you right now. It's great to see you all there. I'm also excited that you guys can be together and we could be here live across the oceans, being able to share. Today, I'm going to share with you some of the science behind how to live a more successful and more happy life. And with that, I'm going to be drawing some simple pictures on this board. They're not going to be too detailed. And I'm really going to dive into neuroscience, brain, personal development. And I trust by the end of this lecture, you'll be able to take some of the tools and strategies that I share with you. Because one of the things I want to say, 2020, this year has been such an interesting year. It has. We have seen the world shut down. We've seen changes. And for me, I've seen a lot of people struggling. I've seen a lot of stress and I've seen a lot of pain. And as a result of that, I'm like, people need to know there is more available to them. Why is it certain people can see the opportunities and possibilities in life despite there being stresses and challenges going on in the world? Yet other people, they can't see the possibilities. They can't see the opportunities. Why is that? If I told you there was a science behind why certain people have a certain lens and view and how other people have a certain view of the world based on scientific principles, and today I was going to teach you how you can find the opportunities, how you can find the possibilities in your life, that would be of immense value. Because the moment you can do that for yourself, the moment you can start changing your life, you can then be an advocate for your friends, for your family, for your community, for your business associates, every single person around you. So I want you to sit back. I want you to pull out your notebook. I want you to pull out your pen, and I want you to get ready to start taking some notes. I believe that every single human being has this potential deep down within them. Let me tell you a little bit about neuroscience and brain technology. Did you know there is more potential within a single human being, more potential energy, electricity, if you will, flowing through people's brains and nervous system than it takes to actually power an entire large city with 2.5 to 3 million people per entire month? Imagine that. 2.5, 3 million people. Think about the energy, the lighting, the heating, all the energy from hydro that's required to power that city. And you, my friend, have more potential energy running through your brain and nervous system than that city actually has. The challenge is people don't know how to express all that potential energy within them. It's what I call potential energy. And today, we're really going to talk about how you can shift that potential energy to kinetic energy, energy in motion. Here's what I have to share with you. Every single one of us is unique. Every single one of us is special. And I say that because if you look around the room that you're presently in, look around the space that you're presently in, can you see how each of you looks so different? Look at your faces, the clothes you wear, the way you fix your hair, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you communicate. none of us are alike. Every single one of us is different. And there is a gift in that. Because what I know, ultimately in life, what you can be, you must be. If you know that deep down inside you can become something and you can express that to your world, to your community, you must become that, because your happiness, your quality of life is highly dependent on that. And that's what this year has shown us. This year has actually shown us that, wow, I have to take a step back. I can't leave my home. I can't do certain things. And as a result of that, what's been taken away is the possibility of who you could become this year. And because that was taken away in whatever shape and form, whether it's your freedom, your ability to work, your ability to connect with others, that has caused immense stress. That has caused immense challenges for so many of us. So first thing I want to say, my definition of happiness is progress. It actually doesn't matter where you are on your journey of life, because as long as you're progressing, I'm here to tell you, you will start to release feelings of happiness, feelings of possibilities, because the second that you're making progress, we start to release different chemicals and different hormones that are actually released by our lower tummy and through different nerves that release serotonin, things like oxytocin, things like endorphins, and that progress actually makes us feel happy. So what you can be, you must be. There's a couple things I want to share with that. Now, if I draw have a circle of comfort, if you will, I call this a comfort zone. So this is you, and everything within this circle right here, these are all the things you're comfortable with. And for you, that's going for a walk, that's the thing you do every single day, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, connecting with your friends and family, whatever that is, that's within your comfort zone. Now, here's the challenge. If we don't actually get outside of that comfort zone, we do not grow. We do not progress. And because you don't have progress, you're actually left feeling stressed out, you're left feeling down, and you're feeling like your opportunities are limited. As a result, it puts on what I call the blinder in life. You're not seeing the opportunity anymore. You're not seeing possibilities. So your potential, when I talk about releasing that potential within you, your infinite potential lives outside of your comfort zone. And you have to come out here and get a little bit uncomfortable. When you get a little bit uncomfortable, you stretch yourself. The basic principle in neuroscience, we developed something called neurogenesis and neuroplasticity, which means your brain being new neurological hardware. What happens is, in order to do that, step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone, all of a sudden things start to move. Let me give you a real world example. Let's say, for example, I want bigger muscle. So I decide I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to pick up some weights, pick up some bigger muscles. I pick up a dumbbell. That dumbbell, say, weighs 15 pounds. And I start doing some curls with that dumbbell. All of a sudden, my bicep muscle begins to get larger. Over time, if I keep going to the gym and I keep picking up the same 15-pound dumbbell, all of a sudden when I lift that dumbbell now becomes within my comfort zone. As a result of being within my comfort zone, there's something, biological principle that says there's no adaptation biologically, neurologically, cellularly when you're staying inside your comfort zone. In this scenario, what you have to do is you have to pick up a 20-pound dumbbell or a 25-pound dumbbell. You pick up that 20-pound dumbbell, now you've taken a step slightly outside of your comfort zone, and all of a sudden you start doing reps at 20-pound dumbbell, you're going to create more growth, more adaptation. And what did I say earlier? That's going to lead to progress. And when you lead to progress, you're going to start releasing hormones and chemicals that are actually going to make you feel happier. So here's the key. Imagine if I went to the gym and I picked up a 100-pound dumbbell. That 100-pound dumbbell is going to be outside my comfort zone, but the challenge is it's going to be so far outside, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be stressful. So that's not what you want to do. We want to chip away. It's almost like all of our lives are like this iceberg. We want to just chip away at the edge. So for you, it's finding out where your comfort zone is and what exactly is at the edge of that comfort zone, and picking away and chipping away at that. I want to share a little bit about motivation, because you may be sitting there thinking, well, that's great, Dr. Sukhi. That's great for those people that see opportunities around them. I'm not one of those people. I don't see opportunity. I don't see possibilities. I feel like I just don't have the motivation to deal with that. Let me share with you the science of motivation. There's actually an equation in motivation. And when you understand this equation, you can begin to shift the variables within, so you can understand why you're either highly or not motivated. So let's put a little motivation. And with motivation, it equals, the first thing I'm going to share with you that motivation is something called expectancy. So in your world, what do you expect? If you have a goal, if you have a dream, can you get to a place within yourself that you actually expect that outcome? Okay, that's what expectancy is. Now, when you take expectancy, this is a mathematical equation, and you multiply it, okay, and you multiply you. What's important for you? What's important for your life? Your health, your family, your vitality, your relationships, your business, whatever you value and you highly value, and you put that in the forefront of your mind. Why do you do what you do? You do what you do to provide for your family. Do you do what you do to have enriched life experiences? The more that you bring the things that you value into the forefront of your mind, you expect you drive up motivation. It's as simple as that. So think about the things that are your goals, the things you want to progress to moving towards. Begin expecting them as if they've already happened. The things I value. Your motivation to step outside of your comfort zone into growth, because in your comfort zone, you're stuck in safety. And when you're in safety, the science of living a successful, happier life doesn't exist. It's actually in growth, where we're continually becoming a greater version of ourselves and expressing our unique, innate essence of who we ultimately are. Now, here are some red flags we have to look out for. One is called impulsivity, okay? Impulsivity. What are impulses? Impulses are distractions. So all of a sudden, you want to achieve things in your life. Now you're getting distracted. Maybe you're getting distracted by people calling you. Maybe you're getting distracted by something on your phone, constant text messages or emails. You're getting distracted. You're getting impulsive. The other thing I'll say is that speed is a force. Let me say that again. Speed is a force. What that means is the more you delay, the less motivation you actually have. So right now, you have a goal. You have an action step. You have something you want to create inside your life. Okay? The longer you delay, the less motivation you're going to have. We have this beautiful AOM. We have this beautiful technology that's available to you. Right now, you're probably thinking, I can't wait to get on this technology. I can't wait to share this technology with other people. I can't wait to actually begin using my brain in new ways so I can get more of the benefits from the amazing product called Mastermind. If you take action today, you've decreased delay, and your motivation is high. But this is what I'll tell you. If you wait till tomorrow, the next day, you are delaying. You're delaying using the technology, delaying taking some of the greatest supplementation on the planet. As you're delaying, motivation goes down. The speed is a force. So remember, it's a mathematical equation. So it's kind of like you going back to your high school math class, if you will. Here we have a numerator. Here we have a denominator. And just to remind you, in basic math class, when the numerator is higher than the denominator, the outcome increases. So remember, our outcome here is how to stay motivated. Motivation to get beyond your comfort zone. Motivation to tap into that infinite potential. Let's go back here. Remember, right here, we're talking about our expectancy. What is that big, audacious dream? What's that goal? Who are you moving towards becoming? In this moment, can you expect what you value most? And what you value most combined with expectancy is really going to drive up that numerator, increasing the level of that number, creating high motivation. Now, what we also want to do is we want to get rid of impulsivity. Impulsivity is actually your distractions. So in your life, think about some of the distractions you have. Think about the things that get in the way of you achieving your goals, your dreams, and all the things you desire. The more that you can decrease the impulsivity, because when you remove distractions, you're not going to be impulsive because they're just not going to be around you. And when you combine that with removing delay, that's when things really take off. I'll remind you, speed is a force. I'm going to say that again. Speed is a force. Right now we're talking about your life. We're talking about the science of having more dreams show up, the science of possibilities, the science of improving your quality of life, the science of being more successful. If that excites you, right now by me sharing that strikes an emotional chord for you, I'm here to tell you that it is time to not wait till tomorrow, not tomorrow afternoon, not tomorrow night, but right now in this moment. I want you to write down on your notebook with a pen. I want you to write something that you can do to take action the moment that I stop talking here. Because what you're going to do there is you're going to remove delay from the equation. Remember, the longer you delay, the higher this denominator is, the lower your motivation. What that's going to do is, in the last diagram, that's going to keep you stuck in your comfort zone. And if you're stuck in your comfort zone and you're not motivated, you're not going to create change. Create change, you're not going to have progress. Not going to have progress, you're not applying the science of being successful. So again, let's make what we expect, what we value, let's make that at 100. Down here, let's get rid of those impulses. Let's get rid of the delay. Let's make that number really small. When you do that, you have 100% motivation in your life. It's really as simple as that. You need to structure your life around that. I'm going to bring one more thing to the equation here, my friends. This is really going to add rocket fuel to this equation here. Now, when you think about life, people want to know, why do some people achieve certain? I began this lecture today sharing with you, during everything that's happened, some people are still seeing opportunities. Some people are still seeing possibilities and what's available, and they're thriving. How come they continue to achieve, yet others are stressed out and struggling? I'm going to tell you why. Now, in life, every single one of us has this thing called talent, okay? Talent is your ability, your efficiency to actually perform a skill. We all have a certain level of talent. Now, here's where things get really interesting. When you take talent and you decide, you know what, I don't care if my talent's high, talent's low, I am going to roll up my sleeves and I'm just going to take effort. And with that effort, when you combine talent times effort, it actually equals your skill. And your skill is your ability to do things. But an important skill is 50% effort. You control this. This is your willingness to get rid of the delay, the impulsivity, be highly motivated by taking action with your effort. Now, here's where this equation gets really fascinating. Down here, we're going to bring your level of skill down through here, and this has been scientifically studied and validated. You multiply skill to effort again. All of a sudden, this equals achievement. What you achieve in your life is ultimately determined by this entire equation. Now, here's where it gets interesting. 50% of skill is effort. We bring skill down here, knowing 50% of skill is effort, and you combine it with more effort, all of a sudden you have achievement. That's your life. That's your possibilities. That's your dreams. That's your goal when you have effort. So remember, effort counts more than twice. So I can't stress this enough. You getting out of your comfort zone into that infinite potential is dependent on how motivated you are. The less delay and impulsivity, and the more you focus on what you expect, when you focus on what you expect and what you value most in your life, you have high motivation to take lots of effort. Effort with your talent leads to that skill, and effort counting more than twice, you actually achieve. This is the science of being ultimately successful. Here's what else I want to tell you. You do all of this. You've done all of this because I know you've had goals. You've had dreams. You've achieved those goals. You've achieved those dreams. And as a result, you actually applied all of these principles without your knowing awareness. So now, knowing this, all of a sudden you have the opportunity to move forward in your life and do it with that much more efficiency, that much more grace. And I want you to think back to a goal you've had sometime in the last 3 years. Any dream, any goal that you've achieved. And that dream and that goal all of a sudden became something that you work towards. You were happy because you had progress, you achieved that goal. And let's call that dream and goal that you achieved as one of your best achievements. In fact, let's call it your prior best. Through the mountain ride, the journey of life, if you will, you can make your prior best your new baseline. So that dream and goal, that was your prior best, but now that's just baseline. Now we're here. This is where you are, your baseline. You've achieved. You want to grow even more. All you got to do is plug in the principles that I've just shared. Life, if you continue to do that prior best, you're a new baseline. You continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to have progress. You remain inspired. You all of a sudden create those dreams and goals in your life. And you are left by feeling successful, feeling happy, and feeling immensely grateful for all that you're doing, the difference that you're making in your world. So I truly hope you begin to apply these principles into your life right now. Let's go back to that equation, no delay. So right now, I am going to ask you to do one thing to actually put these principles in action, so you can take the next step in achieving that next goal, so you can be on that progress. Thank you so much for being here, and I really look forward to connecting with you live very soon.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sukhi. Thank you.